There are two things that completely hold people back when it comes to competitive sports or even just sports psychology in general. One is making meaning out of a performance to judge it as how you are as a whole, which statistically does not make sense. So one performance, you're judging your entire self based on that one performance. That doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. So what this would look like, oh, I played a bad chess game. That means I'm a bad chess player. But there's also why people do this is because they're afraid of being a bad whatever. They're afraid of failure. That's the second thing that holds people back is fear of failure. Now, why this happens? Let's take chess. Someone is told, oh, you play chess, you are really smart. But now the flip side is true. That means if you don't do well at chess, that you're dumb. So you internalize this, and now you're afraid to lose. And now the stakes are high, and you feel anxiety when you compete. Doesn't mean that, though. So what to do about this? The first is to, instead of personalizing the results of any sort of performance, just look at their performance. It doesn't mean anything about you as an athlete, as a competitor. It does not mean anything about you. It means that performance. Both ways. You had a good performance. Great. Doesn't mean you're good. You had a bad performance. You can learn from that. It doesn't mean you're bad. If you just had a bad performance and it doesn't mean anything about you, you can learn from your mistakes. You can learn what went wrong. 2, fear of failure. You want to become comfortable with failure. Let's take chess. If someone is comfortable with failure, they're going to learn a lot more. They're going to play against people that will crush them. And they're going to learn from it. It's going to absolutely help that person learn faster. Now, if they're like 800, I'm not saying play a grandmaster, and because maybe just like 400 points higher or something like that. But if you're comfortable with failure, what's going to really stop you? Nothing. So get comfortable with failure. And one of the ways to do that is when you fail, look at it as a performance because it doesn't have to do with you. I am going to say a little bit more on this. This is going to be a series. Thank you for your time. If you're interested in the psychology of sports psychology or any of this, any other stuff psychology-wise, go ahead, give a like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Thank you for your time.